Women hate Tesla. That's the latest takeaway from S&P Global Mobility's most recent study around the number of registrations of new vehicles by brand by women. Tesla ranks in the bottom 5. Welcome back to All Cars, y'all. I'm John, and this is a really interesting study of where women are putting their money and the brands they're actually buying. One of the things here that they don't talk about is where women are the primary buyer and there's a man also associated with it. Like my wife, she has her Ford Explorer. I'm the secondary owner, but she's the primary registrant. It doesn't talk about that at all. But it's very interesting. The bottom 5 here are Ram, GMC, Ford, Tesla, and Dodge. Now, some of these aren't a big surprise. When you think of, and I do not mean this in a discriminatory way, of course, but when you think of women as they are interested in safety, they're interested in security, they're interested in moving the family around, Ram scoring the lowest. Maybe I wouldn't have suspected they'd be the lowest, but they are primarily just a truck manufacturer. So whether you're a rancher or a contractor or something like that, Ram is your choice. Ford is a little bit of a surprise, but they're very truck heavy, and Dodge is not. They really focus on the performance, the power, the racing heritage of Dodge, and I don't see that really appealing to a more family-oriented buyer. The big surprise here is GMC. One of the big surprises, because Tesla's the other one, but we'll come back to Tesla. GMC has a very truck and SUV heavy. Now, SUVs are super popular in this market, as you know. They are the #1 bestseller, but I think that having advertisements where you have that speaker say, you know, we are professional grade.
GMC is a family of purpose-built professional grade vehicles designed and engineered to the highest standard.
Maybe that's turning off female buyers. And I think that gives GMC a very high ceiling to start moving into to change their marketing a little bit. Now, with the brands with the highest female buyer representation, you've got Buick, Mitsubishi, Mini, Lexus, Infiniti, Mazda, Kia, with an industry average of 41%. Overall, that's just kind of surprising. Women are over 50% of the population, but they're 41% of the buyers. And Buick has 55%. Now, this counterpoints with GMC really starkly, as a matter of fact. Buick and GMC and Chevy over here, they both use largely the same platforms. They use largely the same engines. It's how they're focused a little bit in their marketing. And Buick really has a high representation of women. Now, I want to give all the credit here that Mary Barra, when she took over GM, she really put an emphasis on safety after the debacle with the ignition keys. They made it an issue that could be brought up in any meeting, that safety should be a core of what GM does. And I think that has a little bit of a halo effect onto their products. And I think that reflects here in Buick. I like Buick. I like the current lineup of Buicks. I really want more of a car than anything else, but the Buicks are pretty nice. And they're resonating very well with women. And you can see that in some of their advertisements. They're focusing slightly more, a little bit more, on women and their association with their car. Mitsubishi is a surprise that they're resonating so well with women. Mini, a little bit of a surprise. Lexus, Infiniti, Mazda, not so much. Kia, not so much. But overall, some makes are doing a really good job of resonating with women. Now, let's look at the brands with the highest number by volume, not just percentage. And Toyota is #1, 608,000, almost 609,000 registrations to women. Honda and Hyundai are very close, with Chevy and Ford afterwards. Just, I think, basically based on volume, because they're only looking at 31% of their registrations being for women. But it comes back to me, Tesla. Tesla being only 33% registrations by women. And this is really a surprise. You would think this would resonate with women. That the overall experience of buying and owning that car, but it's not. And here's part of the reason I think why, is Tesla is only EVs. While Tesla has the Model X and the Model Y, they have SUVs. It should appeal to more women who buy more SUVs. It's not. And it seems to be just because they're an electric vehicle manufacturer. So what's the next level of thought there? And that is about range anxiety and recharging, and specifically safety during recharging. That you buy an EV, can it get you where you need to go? Are you going to be stranded? Are you going to be helpless, literally waiting for someone to show up? If you're at a charging station, how long are you going to be there, and are you safe while you're there? I think this is a dramatically underappreciated concern of EVs. Not just the recharge rate. I don't want to sit there for the next hour recharging my car, but if I'm sitting there for 15, 30, 45 minutes, am I safe? I think that's the next big conversation that's going to come up in the EV discussion, is getting more women involved in it and addressing concerns they have around EVs and range and recharging, because that's the only thing I see here holding Tesla back. I think Tesla has the appropriate products, the technology, but something's holding them back. It's got to be safety and security. Let me know your thoughts below, guys. Thanks for being here.